Here's the thing nobody wants to admit. The trader blowing account after account isn't always losing because of bad entries. Sometimes they're losing because they spend more time watching other traders than understanding themselves. Every day, traders open social media and make their next trade harder before the market even opens. They see big wins, payout screenshots, funded account passes, luxury posts, and people claiming trading is easy if you just follow their secret strategy. Then they sit down at the charts already feeling behind. If you've ever questioned your strategy because everyone else seems to be making money except you, this is the trap. Social media doesn't just affect your mood. It can affect your confidence, discipline, and decision making. Trading is already hard enough. You're making decisions in uncertainty, dealing with risk, emotion, pressure, and incomplete information. Now add the opinions, results, and expectations of thousands of other traders into your head. That is what social media has done to trading. Years ago, your trading journey was mostly your own. You studied. You practiced. You reviewed mistakes. You improved slowly. Today, before you even take a trade, you might see someone post a huge winning day, someone else celebrate a payout, and another trader say they passed a challenge in record time. And that's where comparison begins. Because your brain is not comparing your reality to their reality. It's comparing your reality to their highlight reel. Imagine someone recorded the best 5 minutes of their entire year and showed it to you every single day. Eventually, you would believe that's how they live all the time. But that is not reality. Most people don't post their confusion. They don't post the hours staring at charts, the accounts they blew, the months where nothing worked, or the emotional moments where they questioned everything. They post the win. Just the win. After seeing enough wins, your brain starts creating a story. This trader always wins. This trader figured it out. This trader is ahead of me. The scary part is, most of the time, you have no real evidence that any of that is true. You're filling in blanks with imagination. And imagination can be more dangerous than reality. Because once comparison starts, everything changes. A decent trade feels small. A green day feels disappointing. Progress stops feeling like progress because somebody else appears to be moving faster. Notice that word, appears. Social media is built on appearances. If somebody loses for 10 days and then has one huge winner, what gets posted? The winner. If somebody blows multiple accounts and finally passes one challenge, what gets posted? The pass. If somebody struggles for months and then has one great week, what gets posted? The great week. The audience sees the result. They don't see the journey. That is where traders get trapped. They measure their progress against incomplete information. It's like trying to solve a puzzle while only seeing 10% of the pieces. And traders do it every day. The worst part is that comparison doesn't stay emotional. It becomes behavioral. Let's say you have a plan that gives you 1 or 2 quality trades per day. Nothing flashy, nothing dramatic, just a process you're trying to execute consistently. Then you open social media and see someone claiming they made 10 trades and thousands of dollars. Suddenly, your plan feels boring. Patience feels slow. Discipline feels like missing out. Now you're tempted to force trades. You look for opportunities that aren't really there. You take setups outside your plan. You increase size before you're ready. You chase moves you normally would have ignored. And just like that, social media has influenced your trading without you realizing it. The market didn't change. Your plan didn't change. You changed. Because comparison creates pressure, and pressure creates mistakes. One of the biggest lies social media teaches traders is that faster is better. Make money faster, pass faster, scale faster, grow faster. Everything is faster. But trading does not reward speed. Trading rewards consistency, patience, emotional control, and the ability to survive long enough to learn. The market does not care how badly you want a payout. It does not care how close you are to a milestone. It does not care about your timeline, frustration, or what someone else posted today. The market simply does what it does. When traders rush, they stop focusing on execution and start focusing on outcomes. That is when mistakes multiply. They enter too early, they hold too long. They revenge trade. They abandon rules because they want to catch up. Social media amplifies that pressure every day. You see huge gains, and suddenly your timeline feels too slow. You wonder if you're behind, and that doubt follows you into your next trade. Here's something most traders don't talk about enough. Your trading environment matters. Not just your desks, charts, or broker. Your mental environment. Everybody talks about risk management, psychology, and entries. Very few people talk about mental diet. Think about food. If you eat junk every day, eventually your body feels it. The same happens with your mind. If you're constantly consuming comparison, unrealistic expectations, fake certainty, and exaggerated success stories, eventually your trading suffers. What you feed your brain becomes part of how you think, and how you think influences how you trade. This is why some traders feel exhausted before the market even opens. They carry stress that doesn't belong to them. They worry about someone else's progress. They try to keep up with people they don't even know. That energy could have improved their own process. Ask yourself this. How many traders online actually know your goals? None. How many know your account size, experience level, risk tolerance, financial situation, or what you've already overcome? None. So why let them define your progress? That's like running a marathon and letting random people on the sidewalk decide whether you're winning. It makes no sense. Your journey is your journey. And in trading, comparing timelines is almost useless. One trader might develop consistency in 2 years. Another might take much longer. One trader might perform better in trending markets. Another might handle slower markets better. One trader might take several trades a day. Another might wait all week for one setup. Different personalities, different strengths, different risk profiles, different paths. But social media acts like there is one correct timeline, and if you're not there yet, you're failing. That is not true. The reality is simple. Trading is hard. Mentally hard, emotionally hard, financially hard. And accepting that is not negative. It's freeing. Because when you stop expecting trading to be easy, you stop feeling broken every time you struggle. You stop asking, what's wrong with me? And you start asking, what can I learn from this? That shift matters. The traders who survive are not always the smartest or loudest. They are often the ones who stay in the game long enough to learn from experience. Market cycles teach something. Losing streaks teach something. Mistakes teach something. But only if you're calm enough to review them honestly. Social media can make normal struggle feel like personal failure. It hides the road and shows the destination. When you only see destinations, your own road starts looking wrong. But your road is not wrong. It's just real. Real growth is messy, slow, frustrating, not always visible from the outside. So what can you do? First, audit your social media. Pay attention to how you feel after consuming content. Do you feel educated, grounded, and focused? Or anxious, discouraged, rushed, or behind? If certain content consistently makes you trade worse, mute it, unfollow it, or limit it. Not because you're weak, because you're protecting your mental capital. Second, stop measuring success by other people's numbers. Your goal is not to impress strangers. Your goal is to build skill, discipline, and consistency in a way that matches your situation. Third, focus on process over outcomes. Judge yourself by how well you followed your plan, managed risk, reviewed trades, and stayed emotionally controlled. A profitable day with bad habits can still be dangerous. A losing day with good execution can still teach you something valuable. Fourth, slow down. Most traders are in a hurry to reach a level they have not built the habits for yet. Master the level you are on before obsessing over the next one. Rushing often costs more time than patience. And finally, remember this. The market is not going anywhere. You do not need to become rich this month. You do not need to pass every challenge this week. You do not need to prove anything to anyone online. You need to protect your capital, protect your confidence, and get a little better than you were yesterday. That's it. Because social media is not always the enemy. Comparison is. Comparison wins when you forget that you're watching someone else's highlight reel while living your own behind-the-scenes reality. The traders who make it are not usually the loudest. They are the ones who stay focused long enough to let the process work.